Welcome, fellow travelers. Modmaven here, and I'm happy to bring you a review of this beautiful paradise planet. We're in the Euclid Galaxy in a Viking Tier 3 economy. I'm playing on the PC in normal mode. Glyphs will be shown throughout if you want to come check it out and drop a base. If you do, kind of be aware of other bases in your surroundings. We'll check out the characteristics of this planet. That's really orange water there. It's just a sunrise. So don't worry about that. But we'll check out this planet, and then we'll also check out the other planets in the system, the ships and S-Class upgrades available in the space station, and then we'll come back here for a Vibe score. Let's get to it. Alright, as our sun comes up here, we will kind of get a look at our color of our sky, but for now let's check out some of the greens and blues here of our grass. So as you can see, this is grass that looks like it would glow. So we got some blues and greens here, bright green on the grass though. This is kind of a different color of grass. You don't see this as often. And there's our orange water. It is now orange now that we're kind of into the day here. So as far as flora, like we said, with nice turquoise in these big leafy trees, and our cool huge, some of these kind of glow palms as we call them are really large. I mean, you can tell even from here those things are huge, so really cool to build around and check out for sure. Into our green and blue grass, kind of the aqua blue sky, kind of the light blue, but it really goes nicely with the bushes here and the blues and kind of dark reds. In our bright green grass, of course, like we mentioned, a little more fall colors over there in our other trees. So that kind of covers our flora. But hey, you know what you're here for. Check out this fauna. So a couple kinds of Diplos here, actually just different genders, right? So the different genders of the Diplos will look different, but this is kind of the hammerhead style here. So we'll kind of take a look at this one. So kind of cool striping. Of course, you can change the colors of these if you go up to the old egg sequencer once you get one. But kind of an earth tone-ish, kind of browns and grays and purples and golds. You know, I would say the most pretty one I've seen, but still pretty cool. Here's Junior tagging along behind, and we will go flip over and check out the other gender. All right, we found the other gender here. Kind of a cool mohawk kind of what is that? Kind of a spearhead kind of look on this one. He's running away here. Let's kind of get the sun around so we can see. Yeah, so spiky may not be too comfortable of a ride there, but similar coloring on this one. So pretty cool. Kind of a shorter tail on that one, but still pretty cool. Got a little bit of everything here with some furry mohawk guys and some crab guys. The other gender of this looks pretty cool. It's kind of a yellow and blue striped thing. A little bit of some of our other small furry creatures here walking around. There's a bigger dog thing up here that has a tortoise shell on it. Here it is. This thing kind of stomps around. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's pretty loud. It's like he's pretty big and like just stomping around with that big kind of raccoon tail, and they're kind of cool too. Look at this little guy. So lots of different ones on this one. It's a lot of fun to just check out all these different varieties of fauna for sure. Definitely some denser areas of foliage here with these trees. This is what I mean about these palms. I mean, look how big this thing is. I mean, it's just massive. I mean, and there's some nice kind of forest, pretty heavily forested through here with these turquoises and huge palms. Really, really nice. Let's flip over here and check out our resources for this one before we get too carried away. So for this one, we have our ancient bones. Haven't mentioned that yet, but that's nice to have for sure, to run around and go find those and sell them for money. Starbulb, copper, paraffinium, and sodium, fairly typical resources there for Paradise Planet. Flip on over to our weather. We have mild rain. Don't need to worry about any kind of storms. It'll say all kinds of different things under weather for a Paradise Planet, but no worries. No storms or anything. And then limited sentinels, of course. You'll have sentinels if you run over to a kind of a secure building or something like that. But other than that, not too bad. You know, these guys are funny. They like shake the ground, but they're really not that big. It's that same kind of other gender of that dog tortoise thing we saw earlier. Before we do our flyover in topography, I did want to flip over to night here so you can kind of see. I've got my flashlight off, of course, for this kind of thing, but checking out these cool glow palms, you know, really large palms like we saw earlier, but just really cool at night here as they glow. And actually, with no glow grass, it kind of, you know, it emphasizes these glow palms a little bit more. And it's pretty cool and kind of unique actually to only have the kind of the glow palms glowing away, and the lighter colors in the other trees with their huge leaves do kind of do a white cast to everything, kind of a light blue cast to those trees under the kind of moonlight, if you will, or you know, local starlight here. So really looking cool at night. We want to fly over here and give us a little bit more of our topography from a kind of bird's eye view here. So lots of islands and water. The orange water we mentioned earlier, though, is really not bad. It's a nice light orange when you're swimming around in there, but plenty of options to build here with these larger islands, and definitely getting into some larger land masses, but nicely broken up with water. So plenty of room to kind of build with these rolling hills and islands and different things here. Some really interesting topography here. You know, some of these kind of channels of land and different places to kind of build. So a lot of options here. Really looking pretty good here. Before we get to the other planets in the system, I did want to show you the system freighter. I don't typically do this, but decided to do it for this one. Kind of a cool blue and red kind of storage module thing along the side there with those W wings, kind of like on some of the haulers. So kind of a cool looking one there as we look over to our paradise planet we just came from, to kind of get an idea of the kind of breakup of land and water there. But we did want to talk other planets in this system, and we have a pretty good view here of the rest of them as well. So for this one, I did want to feature the poisonous planet for this one. This has a really nice green kind of feel to the grass, and some of the other flora. And then we do have beetles on this one, so beetles to come check out. I'll have a screenshot of that for you up here. And then a nice blue sky, nice white puffy clouds. So kind of a nice feel to this one. A really pretty cool planet there. And then we also have another one that I wanted to talk about in a capped planet. So this is a fairly unique planet. It means there's a bunch of the sort of capped mushroom looking things. I'll put up a screenshot of it, and what you can find here is the glitches. They're called calculus rooms, and you can use those to decorate your base. It's kind of like a little mushroom light with a blue thing to it. So I'll have a screenshot of those, so you can be on the lookout for those. They're a little bit harder to find. You want to use your visor and look for the little yellow question mark when you're looking around on the planet, and there's not a ton of them, so you may need to look around some. But nice green grass there, and some cool kind of mushroom formations. And then we also have a rainy planet, and then we have an icy planet, and then our last planet is a scorched planet. Alright, up here in the space station, let's talk ships. I have stood next to my little exotic there, my little guppy, and reloaded and didn't move to get us a first wave here. So nice little fan hauler that actually was one of the ones I wanted to show you. So here's a nice little orange and yellow and hauler as that shuttle heads out. I'll show you some screenshots of ones I like for this one, but in any system you're going to have 21 different configurations of ships. Since we're in a Viking system, you're going to have 7 different kind of fighters. The configurations are things like the wing type and the colors and the engine and cockpit, different things like that as an explorer comes in the back there. So you're going to have, like I said, 7 different fighters, and then 3 different types of explorers, 2 of which are right here. So if you need a really big explorer, there's one right there. And then you're going to have 3 haulers. You're going to have 7 shuttles, a couple of which we saw kind of come in and out there. And you are going to have 1 exotic and 3 haulers. So, yes, there is an exotic in every system. I was not able to find it for this one, but come hang out in the space station or down on a trading post, you should be able to find it. Since we are in a Viking system, there are a couple of fighters I want to talk about real quick. So there are some 7-winged, kind of Sonic the Hedgehog looking one in blue and green. And it has kind of a sister one in yellow and blue as well. I'll put up a screenshot of those. And then there is also a nice stubby fighter with blue, some shockwave wings and a dorsal fin, but also a kind of brother-sister pair, if you will, or whatever, of a couple of fighters that are in a yellow and red color scheme that kind of reminds me of like fire emergency or something like that, or like that sort of thing, EMS type thing. So some nice yellow and red with the droid in the wings for both of those. So I'll put up some screenshots of those. Some pretty cool needle nose and another kind of E-wing droid fighter there for you. As we see the other Explorer on the right there with a kind of mint green and symmetrical solar shield on it. We will talk S-Class upgrades. So for this one, I'll put this up on the screen for you. This was gathered on PC, so your results may vary slightly here, but we should be pretty close. So these are the upgrades available on the left-hand side as you come in. And for this one, there's not a lot to write home about. I mean, there's a few here and there. You have the launch thrusters, which is a fairly new one for the Starship. Shield and positron, but just a couple of others. I mean, exosuit, you only have toxic protection, so not a whole lot there. It is a B-class cabinet for your multi-tool, bolt caster and pulse splitter for your S-class for those. I did want to mention, though, up here at the space station, there is for sale some chlorine, and there's also some dihydrogen jelly. The dihydrogen jelly is really nice if you're making the medium refiners, or if you need to refine that down to get some frigate fuel. There's that stubby fighter I was talking about earlier. At this point, we're going to head on down to our planet and give this one a vibe score. See you down there. Now it's time to give this planet a vibe score. The vibe score I give a planet is a measurement. It's very subjective, but it kind of takes into consideration a lot of different factors on kind of how it makes me feel just to hang out and vibe for a while. This one is pretty nice. These Diplos aren't the prettiest I've ever found, but it is cool still to have some Diplos. They're just cool to have around in general. Fun other little creatures running through the grass here. Some big kind of tortoiseshell dog cat things running around. Lots of fun animals. This blue-green, the bright green especially, is fairly unique. And then this bulb type grass that actually doesn't glow, but we've got these huge glowing palms. And then we have a lot of fun planets in the system with a capped planet where you can get those glitches, those calcostream glitches, kind of lamp things. And then the cool beetles that are on the poisonous planet you can go check out. Of course, we're in a Viking economy. It's tier 3, so we have better chance for S-class things. And we have more fighters here, which are pretty popular. Couple of really great options for fighters as well, so we're going to give this one an 8 out of 10. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to catch that vibe. Special thanks also goes out to my supporters over on buymeacoffee.com. I'll put up a link to that here as we're heading across the and up the hill here. We're probably going to fall in that cave too, so it's a false cave. Dang it. Anyway, thanks to my supporters over there. If you would, please consider a donation over there. Helps me do these and have some fun. And we'll go on this journey together. See you next time. Thanks, everybody.